WEFM 99.9.
Something is wrong with the human race. Fishermen say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in our use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is 8:11, and it's about that time that we have our Cop Chat for the week. But before we get into the Cop Chat, just want to give some friendly reminders. The CWSA would like to inform residents of Peters Hope and Glebe Hill, Barley, that their water supply will be disrupted on Thursday, April 4th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This disruption is to accommodate repair work on the main transmission pipeline in Peters Hope. CWSA regrets any inconvenience caused. Also, members of the PSU are scheduled to vote on Tuesday, April 23rd and Wednesday, April 24th at their various workplaces to elect a new executive committee to run the affairs of the union over the next 2 years. Available positions are President, First Vice President, Second Vice President, General Secretary, Assistant Secretary, Treasurer, Grievance Officer, Women's Chair, Young Workers Chair. Nomination forms are available at the PSU headquarters, Customs Department by Keith O'Neill, Ministry of Agriculture, Sister Roxanne Pompey, Braxtor, Reserve Francis or Dishong, Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, Sister Viola Richardson, and the Argyle International Airport, Navika Rodriguez. Completed nomination forms must be submitted to the union's office no later than 4 p.m. on Friday, April 5th, 2024. And back to brass tacks. This is Cop Chat for April 4th, 2024. And our topic is the Police Welfare Association, its role and responsibilities in the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. You're listening to Ari. With me is Roleza. And joining us for Cop Chat this morning, we have Corporal of Police Germano Douglas, who is the chairman of the immediate branch, and PC 735 Kenroy Rogers, who is the junior chairman of the Welfare Association. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
So if you don't mind, if you could speak closer to the mics so the listeners will be able to hear you clearly, much appreciated. So tell us more about yourselves and what exactly is the police welfare. Well, whoever wants to begin first, begin.
My name is Germano Douglas. I'm Corporal of Police, currently intermediate chairman. I've been a police officer for the past 23 years, been on the welfare for the past 15 years, intermediate chairman for the past 4 years.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kenroy Rogers. I am the junior chairman for the Police Welfare Association. I have been a police officer for the past 8 years and an executive member for the past 3 years, junior chairman for the past 2 years.
Okay, and what exactly is the police welfare?
The Police Welfare Association it's something like a trade union. You know, you have trade unions, but the police cannot be a part of the trade union. So therefore, they had a statutory body that deals with the welfare for the police. So it's a statutory body established in accordance with the Police Act, and it represents the interests and welfare of non-commissioned officers. That's inspectors down to constables.
Okay.
This is was established on the 1st of April 1952. Somewhere around that line, yes.
Okay, and what is your role as chairman of the immediate branch?
There are there are 3 branches. There are elections every year. At the end of each election, you select a chairman for each branch. So there are 3 branches. There's the senior branch. The senior branch deals with inspectors, station sergeants.
Mm-hmm.
The intermediate branch deals with corporals, and the junior branch deals with constables only. So there are chairman of each branch. In that, after selecting the chairman of each branch, there's a chairman, overall chairman, that is selected between the 3 chairpersons.
Okay. And what would you say is the number of persons in this trade union?
Currently, there are about 1,000 police officers.
Okay. How many police officers are there in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, if you're aware?
That's what I'm talking about.
So all officers are part of the welfare.
From inspectors down. So
Okay.
there are 1,000 police officers, so we have about, let's say, 900 thereabout in the welfare.
Okay. So you facilitate complaints and proper treatment of police officers by the organization.
Yes, that's what we do.
Okay.
Okay, so explain to us exactly what is the role of the Welfare Association? What all does it entail? Mm-hmm.
Well, basically, we represent our members. We look out for their general welfare. There are we represent matters on affecting their efficiency, the general welfare, promoting the well-being of police officers, ensuring the safety of our members, and we also are the arm that negotiates with the government in terms of salary increase, benefits increase, and things like that. Well, also we lobby for members for proper working conditions, proper living conditions, and things like that.
Okay. So what exactly, because we saw recently the CID head was calling for increase of pay for the CID department. What would be the police welfare role in a situation like that?
In a situation like that, it's basically, in other words, we are like the voice of the organization when it comes to welfare.
Mm-hmm.
So if our members are crying out for, like, say, the same thing like the salary increase, our job now is to go make a proposal, send it over to the Minister of Finance, and try to get an audience with him or her, whoever he is. And we go over and argue these points, justifications, why the men need these increases, and things like that.
Okay, so the normal process is if there's a grievance, the officer or the department will come to the Welfare Association. You will then assist in, or you will then determine whether you can assist or what you can really do to remedy the situation. So in a situation like that, why is it that this came out at the award ceremony? Is it that you have attempted before to write a proposal and send it to the Ministry of Finance regarding the raise and it was not approved, or the process was done in reverse this time?
The process was not done in reverse. But there are some, let's say, some internal things that I can't really release.
Okay.
But in terms of the increase in salaries, allowances, we already sent over a proposal last year. And we are just waiting on word from the Minister of Finance to find out where we are with that.
Okay, so all right, so in this particular part of the discussion, I know that you said that it's a statutory body, and it's for inspectors down. Is it a case when you're advocating for the junior police officers that information needs to go to top brass first and then to whoever, or is it a case where you can do that directly without involving higher management?
Yes and no. Yes, normally police have a channel. Once we advocate for something and send it off, it goes through the commission. We can also send it directly to the governor general. But for the police part of it, we should go through the proper channel.
But it's not
okay.
that you need to get approval first or anything. It's just to inform.
Yes, something like that. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, well, you said something like that. Is it that the police welfare is not an independent body?
Well, this is statutory, so that's what I was trying to get.
The police welfare on paper is an independent body.
Okay.
But as I said, there are some things that we can't get into that would hinder the progress or the proper transition of some documents or some areas that we are trying to touch.
Okay. Well, there are some officers that have expressed grievances over the past couple of years as it relates to promotion, and they've made some accusations that it is a boys' club in that officers tend to promote their friends or their persons walking close to them, and even some of the punishment dish out, some officers deem it as unfair. And it's not something that's usually said in the public, but there are some police officers that are also feeling like they're not treated properly by other police officers, whether it's the same rank or above rank. For example, one officer pointed out a situation where he was in Kingstown and another officer came and grabbed him in an aggressive way. And another officer had to get involved and tell him, hey, this is a police officer. And he was saying, I shouldn't have to identify myself. That is not how you approach people in general. What is the welfare role in situations like that?
Well, in terms of, there are two limitations to the welfare.
Mm-hmm.
The welfare cannot, according to the Act, we cannot get involved directly when it comes to promotion and discipline.
Okay.
We can make recommendations, but we can't interfere or step in when it comes to promotion and discipline. Once a police officer feels aggrieved, let's say, as you said, he was grabbed, assaulted by another, he can come to the welfare and we can assist him.
Okay. So is it that the welfare will work hand in hand with the public relation, well, not the public relation, the complaints unit? And what was the body with the
I can never
I
remember.
cannot remember the name.
Mm.
But there's a body that usually
Human resource.
no, not
No.
human resource. It's civilians. There was a pastor. There was. I'm sorry, gentlemen, if you're listening.
Police service commission. Can't remember
But you know what I'm talking about.
about.
So you work
Yes,
in hand with those two well, I would say department and organization, or departments.
Hand in hand.
No.
Not hand in hand.
All right, Kenry, let's hear your voice in this discussion.
Okay. With respect to like your coworker would have said, in respect to promotions, I could say that it is something that the welfare has recognized. It is something that we would have also had discussions on with respect to proper structure of promotions, where our police force does not recognize a structure for promotion where one should have been set out and one is set out. So it is something that we intend to lobby with the senior command in addressing for this year.
So you're saying there is no set structure for promotion?
The regulation speaks to the grounds in which someone can be promoted. So that is what we are going to speak towards, what the regulation speaks about.
Okay.
And putting a proper structure in place.
Yes.
So, like in the past, there was an exam-based assessment. Would that be reintroduced?
I cannot speak for beyond 2015 because I would have joined the organization in 2015, so I don't know how it was before. But I am speaking towards what the regulation says, the grounds for promotion.
Okay.
So basic knowledge in policing and all of these stuff. This is what we will speak towards.
Okay. Corporal Douglas, you have an answer to the question?
We can only assume. As
Mm.
I say, I'm there from since 2000,
Mm-hmm.
and this has never happened.
Okay.
I've only heard, I was told of it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it might be happening before our time, but currently it's not happening. It should happen, but it's not happening. We had spoken to the authorities on one or two occasions about it, and I don't know if, because it's not a welfare thing, it's the authorities thing. I don't know if they're in the process of intending to, but it should happen because there's a process for promotion, and in order for persons to be promoted, they should go through certain areas of their policing career. The way it's done now, in my opinion, it's unfair to a lot of police officers because you might find a police officer for, let's say, 20 years and still a constable. And you might find a police officer for just 2 years and he's already promoted to corporal. Sometimes it's not that this police officer who's 20 years is not doing the work. Mind you, some police officers are slacking,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. But there are police officers who put in the work, but not being recognized.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a problem because it would cause a brain drain in the organization because you would feel that you're not being looked at and you might want to move on to something else.
Well, the brain drain already started, unfortunately.
So I can't say this is the reason, but I could say that this can be one of the reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If they have this system of promotion, I believe that persons who, let's say, 10, 15, even 5 years, 2 years, once you know you're doing your work and you know your job and you take this exam and you pass, we would feel comfortable because we would know that he did his work, that's why he was promoted. But if, let's say, you came in, somebody who's 20 years trained you and then you pass them back, how would that look?
Yeah, but what about qualifications? What about those officers who study and they earn certificates and they earn degrees? And well, we know of situations where some jump ranks significantly after earning degrees. Is that still deemed unfair?
I could only give my opinion.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's unfair
Okay.
because I mean you're qualified, and you know in certain jobs when you apply, they normally ask for certain qualifications. So you know this person might get the nudge over this one.
Yeah.
So if you go out, because there are police officers going out and study
Mm-hmm.
and bettering themselves. So if they're promoted, I would understand. But that is from my part.
Okay.
But because you have your qualifications, you put in the extra effort and they promote you. I have no problem with that.
Oh, so you're basically talking experience.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that point of view because at the end of the day, a lot of benefits that you reap as police officers is based on your experience, how long you've been in the organization, coupled with the work that you're doing. So I do see how it is unfair when officers complain that they've been in the force for 15 to 20 years and there are persons that are 5 or 6 years moving past them.
All right, so not to be facetious or anything, but I do have to ask, how much power does the Welfare Association actually have? And the reason for asking this question is you're statutory, which means that you're supposed to be an independent body, right? And you are in quote unquote charge of officers from inspector down. Now, for the person who is the head, are they, let's say, on a level of inspector and above in terms of they can sort of command or sort of get that level of respect in terms of speaking to somebody on a particular level, in terms of advocating for members of the police force? Can you speak to that?
Can you go over the last part of the question?
Right. So you're the head, right?
I'm the deputy. Yeah.
You're the deputy. Okay, so is the person who's at the head, let's say, are they on a level of inspector as well? Because what it is, we have to recognize that there is rank within the police force, right? Are they necessarily going to take directions as seriously or advocate for certain things as seriously if it's coming from someone who is a junior?
Yes, they would. Currently, the chairman is a sergeant of police.
Okay, all right.
Right. As you said, the Welfare Association has an executive, and we make decisions as a body, as an executive. So it's not that he alone does this or does that. But we are the voices of the organization. He would be the voice of the executive.
Okay.
Per se. Sometimes we go together, but in some instance where there's one person has to go, he would take the lead.
Okay.
The authorities, I would admit that we have a level of understanding and respect with the authorities, the executive. But when you said inspectors up, it would be from ASP, Assistant Superintendent of Police up. So, those are the hierarchies of the organization.
Right.
And they would have their part to play. So we would go to them. But one of the main issues is the support. The support from the entire organization. You might have a few persons supporting you, because the Welfare Association executive cannot act by themselves. Because let's say we are just 13 persons. So we cannot act by ourselves. The organization, let's say 900 strong. If we get support of at least 700, 500, we'll be much stronger and we can have much things done. But some persons, in my opinion, are fearful. For whatever reasons, are fearful. So they will take a back seat. They will allow us to do the talking. But as I said, we are as strong as our weakest link. If we have the support of everybody, we'll be much stronger. They will take us much more seriously.
All right. But it is 8:32. We'll be back after these commercial messages. Don't go anywhere.
Do you want to feel clean or refreshed after using the bathroom, whether at home, work, or play? Welcome to My Smart Toilet Seats. All of our products wash your private parts after using the bathroom without the use of your hands. Let's hear what our national table tennis champion, Damian Dublin, has to say.
I tried it and it works. There are 4 options. Simply add an attachment to your existing toilet seat, or choose a non-electric seat, or better, an electric seat that washes and dries you with warm water and air. Lastly, get a complete smart toilet that also flushes itself. What are you waiting for? Get your smart toilet seat today. Be smart, be refreshed, be clean, be a winner like me.
Our smart toilet seat is available throughout St. Vincent at retail outlets with the orange flags. You can call us at 457-1703 or visit our website at justwashit.vc.
Yes, sir.
Our industry relies on all of us to play our part. We take pride in showcasing our beautiful island, our craft, our cuisine, and our warm Vincentian hospitality.
Each of us play a crucial role in showcasing our vibrant tourism industry.
We can create spaces where visitors can unwind, connect with nature, and embrace tranquility of our beautiful surroundings.
We need everyone on board to help us create an exceptional experience for our guests.
Join us at our National Tourism Community Consultations as we shape the future of tourism in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
It's everyone's business, yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
That's the sound of your animals. Strong, healthy, and delivering yields you love. That didn't just happen. It began with you feeding them only the best. East Caribbean Feeds. Rest assured, we only produce your feeds with premium ingredients, no hormones, no animal byproducts, just everything your animal needs from maximum nutrition. Because your animals deserve only the best. East Caribbean Feeds from Maximum Nutrition.
Wow! I feel good! Kendra's having yard sale, boys! April 5th and 6th at our factory compound in Camden Park. And we're going down low with prices on aluminum windows, metal doors, and wooden doors, B-trap and S-trap toilets, face basins, pedestals, and cabinets, bathtubs, fridges, stoves, cooker hoods, kitchen sink, Nutri-Bullet, automatic sliding and swing gate opener, kitchen appliances from Jake's Kitchen, and enough more. And you can also get 25% off our 100 series UPVC sliding windows. It's pure niceness anytime Kendra's have yard sale. We do mama guy people. Friday and Saturday, April 5th and 6th. Niceness overload from 8 a.m. at our factory compound, Camden Park. Kendra's Aluminum Products Limited, the tradition of excellence.
Paramedics is pleased to announce our 10 to 15% Easter sale on curtains, household items, clothing, Victoria's Secret, and bath and body items. Don't forget, we stock the best in medical supplies, wheelchairs, commodes, bath benches, footstools, adult pampers, gauze, walkers, and so much more. We are located above BMC agencies. Call us at 451-2763 or fax us at 456-2659. The management and staff of Paramedics say Happy Easter to you and family.
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
The world has become such a cruel place. Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in no use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. If you're just joining us, you're listening to Ari, and with me in studio is Roleza, and this is Cop Chat on Activated Mornings this morning. This morning we have joining us Corporal of Police and Chairman of the Immediate Branch of the Police Welfare Association, Germano Douglas, and Junior Chairman Kenroy Rogers, PC 735 Kenroy Rogers. And the topic this morning is the Police Welfare Association, the roles and responsibilities in the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force.
All right, and remember that this is an interactive program. If you wish to WhatsApp us, as in text, or to call, the number to do so on is 457-997. We are also live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can also send your comments there. All right, so to get right back into the discussion, Corporal Douglas, what would you say? And we have a call. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, the people who is in charge there, Mr. Patricia and Mr. Can't remember his name. Okay, and good morning to Corporal Douglas and the other officer there.
Good morning.
No, I in recent time that recruits who have seen recruiting the police force, they are not police members, but see, they did not take the oath as they enter the police force as they used to be. I want to know if these recruits, say like the 100 and something that is in training now, if they are members of the Police Welfare Association?
No, they're not. Not until they come over to the police.
So, any problem with them, they have to take it on their own. Anything happen, they have to be responsible for themselves.
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, okay. I see that is changes over the years and so on. Okay. And Mr. Douglas, you are the chairman now?
Deputy chairman.
Deputy chairman. So is the chairman?
The Sergeant Prescott.
Oh, okay. All right. That was worrying me because, it was worrying because I know in the early years it never used to be so. But as the years roll on, we have to accept changes and this sort of thing and so on. I'm listening to you all the time, so continue your debate and you're getting some good questions from the announcers there. So take care.
All right.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution. So, before delving into too much exactly, what are some of the successes of the Welfare Association?
From memory, I would say the police welfare was the lead charge to the reclassification process.
Okay, what's that?
That's where salaries were reclassified.
Okay.
And luckily or fortunately, it does not affect police officers only. It goes across the board. So the police officers were the lead for the reclassification, but it benefited all government workers.
Okay.
And how long ago was this, though?
2007, 2008, somewhere about.
Mm-hmm.
So another one due. Anyway, continue.
I do hope so. We also assisted members in medical. We also collaborating with the Caribbean Police Welfare Association. That's the body that governs the all Caribbean associations.
Mm-hmm.
So in the event that we have a medical issue where we can't get our members out, we collaborate with them and assist these members. Sometimes let's say you go in Jamaica to do a medical, we'll contact the chairperson there. He would make some arrangement, get place to stay, ground transport, and all these things. So I would say we are successful in most areas where we get our members out. We also collaborate with the authorities in the event that we have an emergency, where they would contact the RSS and we'll get the plane to take that member to wherever they have to go. Also, during the volcanic eruption, we were able to maneuver our men, get our members out. Some who were affected in the north, loss of house roof, and they had to relocate. We had to step in, rent apartments for them, give them food, and all the necessaries. Mm. This also came from the Caribbean Federation, where they also assisted with water, food, clothing, and all the necessary utensils needed. I don't know if Brother Rogers could remember anything else.
All right, and maybe what I could ask you, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to?
Okay, some of the things I would say I am looking forward to is where we could have open communication between the Welfare Association, the Senior Command, the Minister of Finance, and the Security Minister. I think that this will play a vital role in getting the welfare from where it is now to where it should be. Because the main focus and the only beneficiary from the Welfare Association is our members. And if we could have the Security Minister, the Finance Minister, the Senior Command, all waving the banner of welfare, where they put the welfare of the police force first, I think that the welfare will not only be in a better position, but we would be better able to take care of our members. And I have to speak I speak personally for the constables because it is my responsibility, along with my colleagues in the junior branch board, to represent the constables of the organization. And I would say that this is something that I look forward to. It's something that I want to see. And I hope that it is something that could be implemented before the year is out, something that we could see come to life before the year is out, where there is communication, care, and concern from the senior command, the Minister of Finance, and the Security Minister.
All right. I haven't heard any of you mention the scholarship program, though. Doesn't this fall under the Welfare Association?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't? Ah, okay.
All right. I just want to take this time to remind our listeners that the Central Water and Sewage Authority would like to inform residents of Peters Hope and Glebe Hill Barley that the water supply will be disrupted on Thursday, April 4th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This disruption is to accommodate repair work on the main transmission pipeline in Peters Hope, and they regret any inconvenience caused. Now, we have some comments here on the live that I'm going to try to get into. Someone says, the rank of police controlled by politicians, not police, because I know there are police officers who work very hard, and some police, when they get that rank, they get lazy and set back and send out the juniors to do their work. What about those officers who pressure the juniors to do their work, plus the junior have their own work? At the end of the day, they are a lazy bunch of NCOs in the police force. I know that's a tricky statement to respond to, but try your best.
Well, as I said, in my opinion, part of that is true. As I said, the process of promotion and lack of incentives are one of the issues that affecting NCOs or senior police constables. You might, let's say, promote somebody who doesn't know the work, so they'll be laid back because they don't know what to do per se. So the senior police constable, when this NCO would want, let's say, send him out on duty or ask him to do something, the senior constable knows that the NCO don't know what to do either. So I've seen it, so I can talk about it. They would be laid back and kind of lackadaisical attitude because I was doing the work all the time, but yet you were promoted before me and you don't know the work. So why should I do the work to make you look good? That is what they deem in their head. Because I've been a victim of that too. I'll be honest. So I've done it before. But like others, I came in to be a police officer and not for a job. I've always wanted to be a police since I was small. So therefore, even though I try to be lackadaisical, I don't know how.
Okay.
Because police is within me. But there's some persons who came in because of a job, and you would promote them based on, let's say, friendship, and they don't know what they're doing. How would I feel now that you were promoted before me and I'm the one doing the job? I'm the one teaching you actually. And then you come in and pass me back. And then I have to report to you. But I'm reporting to you and asking you what to do, but you don't know what to do.
Yeah. And that's where the welfare comes in to reassess the guidelines and set out suggestions, correct?
That's what we're in the process of doing.
A level playing field for promotion, basis of promotion.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a
All
comment here before yours, Roleza. Someone says, unless the organization is empowered by the Governor General, it is of no value. A senior offender or officer can always pull rank. Has that been your experience?
Rank in terms of affecting the welfare, affecting police officers.
So, for instance, you said that you'll have to send a proposal as it relates to promotion, and it would go through the commissioner. If it is that it's going through the hierarchy, is there a case where they can pull rank and say, no, we don't want this to go out? Or you're just putting it out for them to be aware that it is happening, but it is going to the Governor General regardless?
Let me see if I could answer. There are, let's say you talk about a proposal for promotion.
Mm-hmm.
The promotion basically comes from the organization itself. And
not promotion. Salary raise, salary increase. My bad.
Good. Now, in event of salary increase,
Mm-hmm.
and we send forward a proposal, and let's say it sticks within the channel,
Mm-hmm.
we can write again and send it directly to the Governor General.
Okay. All right, Roleza.
All right, so we have a comment here. Good morning to the policemen and radio announcers concerning what the corporal said. Some police officers are slack, but there are some who work hard and are in the force for a long time who have been overlooked. And it boils down at times to the officer who is in charge of them do not put up a case for them. And when the ASP to COP meets on a weekly basis, I think persons tend to look out for themselves and not for the hardworking officers. Friends too come into play with promotions. Touching on the raise of salary, the police said they would put up a case from the welfare and then go to finance. The COP must go through the permanent secretary of national security. Presently, civil servants and police are getting a 7% increase over a period of 3 years. Questions, comments?
With respect to the increase, we understand that they're government bodies. We all come under the salary there, but if the welfare should put forward a proposal, it would be for increases within the organization, not where it might affect or it would have to play with the nurses or the teachers. But we are basing our increase on the work that we think our officers have been putting in.
You're advocating for yourselves.
No, I wouldn't say for ourselves. I would say for the police.
Well, that's what I mean, right?
Because I mean, when you put all of the jobs on the table, I think that the police job is on a higher table, so to speak. And I hope that nobody will criticize me for saying that. But a nation without security is no nation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is why we're putting forward a proposal for ourselves, so that we could, an officer that could take care of his family and provide for their basic needs is a happy police officer.
All right, so it's interesting that you're saying this, because the person came back and said, no, that the police is not separated from the public service.
It's not?
Not separated. I don't know. It's for y'all to answer, say yes or no, because I would know.
The police is all separated from the public service.
Okay.
How so?
There's a Public Service Act, there's a Police Act. The police is governed under the Police Act. Hence the reason why we can't be a part of the Public Service Union. We have to have our own association.
Okay, but the police force is a government body.
Yes,
it's paid by taxes.
Yes, it is.
So, okay, I'm a bit confused, but it seems to be like a technicality by law.
Yes, by law.
Okay.
It's within law.
Okay. All right.
So I know that, or I sense that there is a bit of a, maybe not a collective voice as such within the Welfare Association, right? It seems as if automatically, once you're a police member, you are a part of the Welfare Association. Is that correct?
That is true, but there is a little line there. Once you are a police officer, between the rank of inspector to constable, you are a member. But then there is also another bracket for paying members. So automatically you are a member, but then we have a bracket for members that pay a voluntary contribution of $20. They are considered to be financial members, while overall everybody would be considered to be general members.
What's the difference?
The financial member would benefit from financial assistance from the Welfare Association.
Okay.
Medical disaster and so on, like my colleague would have mentioned before.
Okay.
Let me add a little to that. The members of it's totally free to be a member of the Police Welfare Association once you're at the rank of constable to inspector. However, over the years, the police officer has been falling ill for whatever reason rapidly. And a past chairman saw the need to introduce a due So it's a voluntary fee that you pay to be a paying member. So hence the reason why we're able to help persons with medical and other areas. This fee is used to help assist with medical, legal fees, and natural disaster. Only members who are paying would benefit financially from this fee, which is fair. Right. So we do ask persons, continue to ask persons to join you start paying fees or the dues for the Welfare Association, and this would benefit them tremendously. I have seen persons who, let's say, fall ill or need some financial assistance but not paying members. But we, as Welfare Association, we have to assist them in other ways. We might have to assist them raising funds and all that, because the money which is there will be those for persons who are paying. So that is the issue. So I hope you're not getting mixed up still.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we're coming to the end of this segment, and we do appreciate you coming down and having this public discussion with us. Is there anything that you'd like to leave with the listeners about the Welfare Association?
Or even in your wrapping up, because the point I was going to make was, so an organization can only be as strong and as effective as its members, right?
Correct.
Is there anything that you wish to say in your wrapping up to police themselves? Because it's one thing for you guys who are a part of the board to be advocating, but if you're not feeling as if you're having a collective voice, is there anything that you probably want to say, given that you are on the airways, maybe to your fellow police officers?
Yes, I would like to speak to the constables at this time. I would like to encourage them to get on board with the welfare, because everybody's crying out. I hear my fellow constables, they do raise their concerns to me. And I try to remind them that bringing your concerns to me is just one thing, but bringing your support is another thing. When the welfare goes before anybody and we only go with our voices, the 13-member voices, that's nothing compared to having 300, 400, 500 police officers behind of us. I want to encourage them and remind them that the welfare could only be as strong as they are, and this is the opportunity for them to support the welfare and support their own future.
Right. My brother spoke to the constables, but I'm speaking collectively. All members of the welfare, constables, right up to the rank of inspector, once they get on board and join us, give us their support, we can move mountains. Some persons are fearful, let's say they might not be promoted. Some persons are fearful because of political affiliations and whatever other reasons they are fearful of. The police welfare is not about politics. It is not about friends or persons you hate. We are about our members. So if our members come together as a strong body, we can have things that are affecting us done more effectively, rapidly. They hold back, and when these things are not done, then they would say the welfare is weak. But it's not that the welfare is weak, because the welfare is the 1,000 members body strong. If that, even half of that comes together, what do you think would happen? But if we go forward with 10 persons, 5 persons, then we would look weak.
All right. Well, officers, thanks for your time. It was a very informative discussion. We hope to have you again, because this needs a part 2. Definitely. Time doesn't permit it presently, but it definitely needs a part 2. So once again, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you to the listeners.
All right.
Come celebrate 23 years of excellence.